What if I told you that before human history even began, there was a race that ruled the earth? Masters of science, warfare, and cosmic knowledge. Beings so powerful that even the gods had to rise up in rebellion against them just to stop them. They were called the Asuras, and according to ancient Hindu texts, they were not the tyrants we imagine today. They were an advanced civilization, a people. They truly lived on this planet, but were collectively erased from our memory, a lost community. This is their story. Long before humans built their first cities, long before the first rulers carved their names in stone, there was another Earth, an Earth ruled by these forgotten beings, whom Vedic called the Asuras beings, born from the same cosmic order as the gods, the Devas. But the Asuras were not evil. In fact, in the earliest Rigvedic hymns, the word Asura meant honorable, the mighty one, or divine being, a title used with reverence. Even gods like Varuna and Mitra were once believed to be of Asura lineage. They were beings of great power, intelligence, and vast authority. So, how did Asura, once a word for divine beings, become a term associated with demons? The story begins with a cosmic struggle. According to the Puranas, the universe was governed by two mighty races, the Devas and the Asuras. They were not opposites of good and evil. They were two sides of the same cosmic coin, light and darkness, order and ambition. Both descended from the ancient progenitor Kashyapa and his wives Aditi and Diti. From Aditi came the Devas, beings of light. From Diti emerged the Asuras, beings of power. Their only difference was ideology. The Devas sought harmony with Dharma, the cosmic law, while the Asuras sought to master it. While the Devas turned toward spiritual transcendence, the Asuras turned toward knowledge, science, and control of the material world. It was this difference that lit the fuse of war. The tales of the Asuras are not merely battles between good and evil. They are the chronicles of a civilization that defied the divine order. Consider Hiranyaksha, who is said to have bent the very axis of the earth, or Hiranyakashipu, whose mastery over the cosmos made him nearly immortal, forcing Vishnu to incarnate as Narasimha just to stop him. These are not stories of mindless monsters. They are legends of beings possessing advanced knowledge, perhaps technologies, so advanced that ancient humans could not describe them. And the evidence doesn't end there. Asura cities were magnificent places, filled with wonders beyond human imagination, technologically advanced and gleaming with splendor. The most famous was not on earth, but in the skies, Tripura. According to the Shiva Purana, the Asuras built 3 flying fortresses, one of iron, one of silver, and one of gold. They glided silently through space and could merge into a single superweapon capable of destroying worlds. Does this sound like mythology to you? Or the memory of a civilization far more advanced than our own? Even Ravana, king of Lanka and the most famous of the Asuras, possessed the Pushpaka Vimana, a flying craft that could travel anywhere, soaring through the skies. Ancient texts describe these vehicles with astonishing precision, complete with pilots, propulsion systems, and aerial battles. Could these Vimanas be echoes of lost technologies? Remnants of a civilization that reached for the stars long before we did? But perhaps the most fascinating clue lies hidden in the Asuras' own virtues and culture. While the Devas ruled from the heavens, the Asuras built their kingdoms on earth and beneath it. They were city builders, miners of metals, and masters of the sciences. Some texts even claim they possessed knowledge of medicine, weaponry, and cosmic energies beyond human comprehension. Could these legends be distorted memories of a prehistoric civilization that achieved incredible technological feats before vanishing? Oral histories? And here's where it gets even stranger. The story of the Asuras is not unique to India. Around the world, we find echoes of this forgotten race. In Greek mythology, the Titans, primordial beings overthrown by the Olympian gods. In Norse myths, the Jitner giants of immense power who waged cosmic war against the Aesir. In Mesopotamian texts, the Anunnaki, powerful beings who ruled humanity before being cast out. Different names, different lands, but the same story. A mighty race, a cosmic war, and a disappearance. Could all these myths be fragments of one ancient memory? The memory of the Asuras? And then comes the question, what happened to them? The Puranas say the Devas and Asuras waged countless wars. These battles were fought not just on Earth, but across the cosmos. Some Asuras were slain, some were exiled, and some simply vanished. But ancient Indian texts hint at something deeper. The Asuras were not destroyed. They descended into the underworld realms. Patala and Rasatala, vast subterranean kingdoms filled with wealth, technology, and knowledge. Even today, Tibetan, Hindu, and even Native American traditions speak of Naga cities beneath the earth or mysterious underground civilizations. Are these just myths or whispers of where the Asuras went? Modern archaeology may offer a clue. Across the Indian subcontinent and beyond, we find traces of sudden cultural resets. Civilizations that appeared with advanced knowledge as if emerging from nowhere. Civilizations. The Indus Valley civilization, with its sophisticated urban planning, drainage systems, and metallurgy, still baffles historians today. Who taught them these skills? Could they have inherited the legacy of a lost people, perhaps the last descendants of the Asuras? Even unexplained megalithic sites, the temples of Malta, the Cyclopean walls of Peru, hint at a shared legacy of ancient builders with technologies we still struggle to explain. Could this be the handiwork of a civilization humanity has forgotten? What if the Asuras never truly disappeared? Some ancient texts imply they still exist, watching, waiting, influencing humanity from hidden realms. The Mahabharata mentions Asuras incarnating among humans to shape destiny. The Devi Bhagavata Purana suggests their descendants walk among us today, guiding science, politics, and power. What if the Asuras were not destroyed, but simply adapted to our time? In the end, the line between myth and memory is thinner than we think. The story of the Asuras is not just a tale of good versus evil. It is the story of a civilization that reached for the stars, mastered science, built flying cities, and challenged even the gods. A civilization that may have lived on this earth before us, and perhaps still does. And maybe, just maybe, our myths are not fiction at all. They are history written in the language of poetry, sending us coded messages for thousands of years, waiting for us to decode them. So the next time you hear the word Asura and imagine a demon, remember this. It might just be the distant echo of a forgotten race, a people who once ruled the earth, whose legacy still lives in the shadows of our stories.